And then the next morning, I'm blowing out both ends. I think my popped out. Do any fun crime? Oh my god. John did commit a crime. Came back, landed back in LA, and this is where some happens. Okay, day one, we landed in so because everybody was in like the Hongdae area, and we went there, it smelled like I was miserable. It was hot as That's like it's like a stinky clubbing area. Next time, definitely steer clear. That place is a little stanky. Day two, we went to Lotte World. And I have to say, dude, Lotte World is ass cheeks. Like, the first ride that we saw was like this really pretty ferry ride with a bunch of lights and stuff. So we go to the lineup for it. And then the lady working the line, the staff, says something to us in Korean. No idea what the fuck she said. And I was like, wait, in English? And she's like, this ride is for babies only. She said it exactly like that. She was like, this is for babies. And then me and John were like, oh, fuck. So then we got the fast pass that lets you go on 7 rides with skipping the line. But then there's 4 rides that you can only use the fast pass once on. So we're thinking like, okay, that means these 4 rides have to be giga. They have to be insane, right? They were fucking ass. They weren't even half the excitement of one ride in Six Flags. There was one ride called the French Revolution, and I shit you not, I know why they called it the French Revolution. Because it's one loop. If it was 2 loops, it would have been called French Revolutions. But it was like, ah! And then it was over. The only good ride was the one that was called, it was like Atlantis something. That was the only good one. And something terrible happened. So, you know how I was talking about there's like 4 rides, and the 4 rides you can only use your fast pass on at once. And the only good ride was the Atlantis ride that was really fast and lasted quite a bit. It was good. That was the fun one. Unfortunately, I think my titty popped out, and then I think there was a picture that was taken because I saw a camera flash the moment my strap just went like this, and I had to fix it. And then when we exited the ride, I was like following the crowd because I was like, is everybody going to look at the pictures? But then everybody just exited, so I was like, oh, okay, maybe there's no pictures. And then I found out that people just don't really care about pictures there, so there might have still been a picture. I don't know. Because we went on another ride, they had a picture, but I don't know where the booth was. So maybe it's not, maybe they didn't do it. I don't know. What sure was I? Dude, I felt like a fucking whore the whole trip. Like I felt like a working girl because everybody was wearing like fully clothed fabrics with sunglasses, masks, giga hats to hide from the sun because they're terrified of the sun. And I'm over here sweating so fucking much. It's so hot. I'm wearing like short shorts and this like crop top, and I'm still sweating like crazy. I'm sweating so much. That's why when I was on that really fast ride, my like the strap, the spaghetti strap that was barely holding my and just went like boop because it went so fast. And then the moment that I felt it slip down my shoulder, there was like a camera flash, and I was like, well, I should just go kill myself now. Thanks Lighthouse and Drew Gentleman. Dude, it was so hot. So that scared the shit out of me. But then nobody, I don't know, I didn't see the photo booth, so maybe it was off. I don't know. If people saw them, I'm so sorry, man. Korea and hidden cameras, dude, there was crazy. It was going into the bathroom, and then some of them had signs that said, this is a enforced no hidden camera zone. And I'm like, wait, you have unenforced hidden camera zones? And then I found out that peeping cameras are very common in Korea, that they have like $1 million won industries of like spy cams of ladies changing and in the toilet. And then I was like also reading about the feminist movement happening at the same time. The last week, I don't know if you guys saw it on Twitter, but it was blowing up. Yeah, Korea. Pepe laugh. I know, it's fucking crazy. That Korea, dude. The nth room. So that Lotte World. Oh, my favorite thing from Lotte World was this. We sat down at the caricature artist thing, and me and John got a drawing done, and they drew us. Yippee! It's so cute. Oh, me and John went to this haunted house that you had to pay extra for. It was just like 7,000 won, which is less than $7 USD. We went in and we had to like all hold on a string. So it was like me and John and 2 other people. We held on a string, or like it was like a thick red rope basically. And they designed the whole haunted place, and you like just walk through it, and then they have a guy chasing you behind you, like banging on the door and shit, and you have to go pick up some things as you go through, and then when you're reaching down to pick something up, they'll like come out and scare you. They have live actors. It was awesome. I didn't even flinch, but John was very scared, and the 2 people behind us were also shitting themselves. I was surprised John got so scared, honestly. Like, I didn't even flinch. I was like, the 2 people that was with us were originally going first, and I was like, hey, you want me to go first instead? I was like, yo, I'm trying to shit my pants. And not a single shit was panned. Not a single pant was shat until later. Oh man. And then yeah, they also give you a flashlight. So you were like, you're walking slowly in the dark with a flashlight, which is pretty cool. And then, let me see. I think that was it. So then day 3. Oh yeah, the day we went to Lotte World was the day the finals was happening. At the Valorant thing. How are the meals? What did I eat? We just mostly walked into a random restaurant and just ate. I think the best food I had was literally just like it was like a crusty ass self-service kiosk. You just order through the machine and then go pick it up, and it was really good. Yeah, and then I was looking at like Kaide and York's Instagram stories, and they were eating at all these Michelin star restaurants where they give you the portion of like this big, and it's like 8 different little bites. I'm like, yo, I don't know how the fuck you guys can eat that all the time. I don't know how people can eat that like constantly. It just tastes, I mean, okay, but for me is when food is good, past that point, you get very exponentially diminishing returns, to the point that I don't even think it's worth it. At that point, I'd rather just have some cold udon. Did I see Wattpad Korean boys with tattoos and have a perm and are chain smokers? Korean boys? The ones on Telegram? Girl. No thanks. I'm okay. I will say though, there was the women there are very nice, like very sweet. There was 3 infractions that I had with Korean men specifically that I remembered that I thought was very rude. One time, me and John were at a kiosk getting tickets for something. My receipt was still printing. This Korean guy behind me sees that our shit was in English. He goes like, "Excuse me," and just pushes me aside while my receipt was still printing. And I was like, was he trying to show off to the 2 girls with him that he can speak English or something? I was just like, in the moment, I was just like, what? My ticket was still printing, you stupid fuck. And then another time, we're at the convenience store. I buy 3 mints, and the mints were like very much over on his side of the counter, and I didn't want to like reach over. So I put in my card, the card accepts whatever, and then he said something in Korean. I don't know what he said in Korean because I don't speak Korean, but I'm assuming he said, oh yeah, it's done. So I don't know what that means. So instead of like pushing the items over to my side, he doesn't even touch it. Like he doesn't even bother, just like push it a little bit over to me so I don't have to reach all the way across the counter. Isn't that just common sense? That's just so like, what for what? And then another time, These were all men. And then this another time, this guy sees us on the other side of the door. His wife is trying to get in the door, same convenience store. He opens the door for his wife. He sees us still standing there. We're waiting for the door, but we let his wife go through first. He opens the door for his wife. His wife goes through. He lets go of the door. And we're like, yo, okay, what's the fucking etiquette? My heart goes out to Korean women, man. Good fucking luck. There's no etiquette. People don't hold open doors in Korea. He just did it for his wife. It's like, you can just open it for 2 more seconds. It's like, whatever, man. I thought America was bad. No, people a lot of the times, more often than not, will hold open the door if they see you or something. And yeah, bullying is really bad. Anyways, day 3, we went to Busan. Did I read about the crazy shit that was happening with the super weird Telegram group? Yeah. I was following the updates as I was there. And then, did you know that they have 220,000 men using those kinds of chat rooms that are doing circulating deepfake porn of their classmates, their sisters, their moms, obviously celebrities. But the fact that they're also doing it of their sisters, their moms, and you know the population of, there's only like a population of what, 4 million men in Korea? So that's like what, 1 in 20? Yeah, and then to be able to like even get into those groups, you have to take a creep shot of your sister or mom to like verify that you're one of the bros to even get in. Insane. Did I go to the beach? We did, but okay, we took the train to Busan, we arrive, and then we walked around a little bit. Oh my fucking god, I got food poisoning. I got fucking food poisoning that night. Okay, you know what the worst part about that was we get there, we go to the hotel. Oh yeah, we checked out the pool. It was a really nice hotel. We stayed at Signal Busan, which was like a higher end hotel, super fancy. Well, not that fancy, but they had like a cool infinity pool. We took some pictures, whatever. And then we're like, okay, let's go find something for dinner. And then we walked back and forth, like literally doing fucking 18 laps around the area because we couldn't decide on what to eat. And then it was so late that the store started to close. So then we see this random ass sushi place, this like the conveyor sushi place. And we're like, okay, whatever, let's go there. So we go there, I ate like twice the amount of sushi that John ate. And I also had a cold soba noodle. I'm like, oh my god, delicious, whatever. And then later, the next morning, I'm blowing out both ends. I'm like, at one point, I was on all fours, on my like here, on my knees, on my elbows, and just throwing up and shitting at the same time in the shower. And then holding the hose and just like, go like, blah, and then grabbing the hose and like, okay, get down on all fours again. and then hose it down. And then before I moved to the shower though, I was in the toilet. Cause this was before I realized I was gonna throw up. I was shitting just pure liquid. And I was like, oh god, I think it's coming up. So I quickly flush, stand up, turn around, and then throw up in the same toilet. But I flushed so I didn't have a backsplash of shit. It was bad. And it lasted for about 6 hours. John didn't get sick from that food though. So we're thinking it might not have been the sushi, it might have been the soba noodles. It was 6 hours of shitting liquid every 30 seconds with some chunks and throwing up. And at the end of it, my puke, there was like nothing left in my stomach to throw up. It was like foam coming out of my mouth. It was like foam and like yellow liquid. I don't know what the fuck it is. What is that, bile? It was horrible. And then I Yeah, bile. It was just foamy. I was just puking and shitting in the shower for 6 hours while John went surfing. I couldn't. He didn't. I was like, okay, you don't have to stay with me because you can go to the coast to the beach because they had like these little trolley things that you could take up and down the coast that will take you to like a different beach, and they had surf shops. It was a bit of a surf town. He went surfing there, and while I was just throwing up and shit, whatever. But then I felt better about halfway through the day, and we just kind of walked along the beach that we took the train from. They have like this really scenic train route you can take, or you can take the, I don't know what it's called, but it's like a rail car that seats 4 people, and it's like higher up. But then those are sold out. It's like a cute thing to do, but we just took the train and went to the other beach. Oh, cable car? I think so. It was cute and it was like colorful, so we just walked around a little bit. We stopped by a cafe. So we ordered in English, and the food was absolutely dog shit. Pretty sure it was instant noodles and some juice that he poured out of a carton. John wanted some black bean noodles, so he ordered that, and I'm pretty sure that shit was like instant noodles. And then when we got our tray, he asked if John knew how to use chopsticks, and then John was like, yeah, so he gave him chopsticks. And then he asked if I knew how to use chopsticks. He was like, does she know how to use chopsticks? He's like, yeah, but I didn't eat any. Anyways, that place was ass. That cafe was fucking ass. Then we just walked around a little bit. Yeah, so that was day 3 and day 4. At least John got to go surf. Oh my god, I felt like a whore. I mean, I said that already, but you know how when I was talking about when I was in Lotte World, I was wearing like shorts and a kind of a crop top with like spaghetti straps? Not only was I a whore then, I was a whore in the pool too. Like these bitches, okay, I use bitches in a loving manner. Okay, these bitches, even their swimsuits are just like full coverage. They have the skirts, they have like full t-shirts and everything. And I'm over here wearing the swimsuit that I got at a surf town that has my full ass cheeks hanging out because the only thing covering is like a tiny little strap. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm just a whore. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Nobody else was wearing a normal bikini. I was the only person that was just wearing a normal American bikini. Everybody else had, yeah, they had like the swimsuit with sleeves and they were like wearing t-shirts with their swimsuits, and I felt very revealing. Day 5. The only fun crime. Oh my fucking god. John did commit a crime. Accidentally. But okay, so we spent 2 days in Busan, and then we went to Jeju the next day. Day 5, where we went to Jeju. And we stayed at the JW Marriott Jeju Resort and Spa, which was super nice. It was very nice. But so then on the first day of Jeju, day 5, we got a massage. That's when I was pairing my liquid shits because I was still getting liquid shits. So when we were getting a full body massage, I was so relaxed. It was so nice. Massages, I know, like I am not a massage believer until I am laying down there and they're just rubbing you with as much force as possible, and then you realize in that moment nothing matters. And it reminds me of something that a therapist once said, is therapy is really helpful, but what a lot of you need is money. That's how you can relieve stress in life. Yeah, we had Jeju oranges. They gave it to us in our hotel room. So after that, oh yeah, and during the massage, before and after that, John was starting to feel the food he ate. His like food poisoning was starting to kick in, but it hasn't fully kicked in until the next morning. Like he was burping a lot and he felt like his stomach felt a little bit strange. Next morning, he's yakking and shitting and he's on all fours in the shower. It's his turn. And he threw up so much chunks all over the shower, he clogged it. I didn't see what kind of soup he made in the tub, but he closed the door and then it sat there for like 5 hours because we just took a nap and slept to see if he would get better. So it was simmering there for 5 hours or so, and then he finally felt like okay. And we're like, okay, let's go to this nearby temple and have a little walk and see how that is. So before we left, I called and I'm like, hey, there's vomit in the shower. Could we get someone to clean it up, please? Thank you, blah, blah, blah. And then we quickly left, came back, it was all clean, everything's good. I mean, surely they've seen worse. Yeah, day 6, wait, so that was day 6, Jeju. We went to the temple, oh yeah, John wasn't feeling that well, so we went back early, but it was fine. Did we do anything else? I think we just went to the pool and just chilled. It was chill pool time. And then we stared at the sky and looked at the stars. And then, yeah, next day we went back and then we had about like 4 hours to kill. So I went to Paradise City, which is like the resort area that is 5 minutes away from Incheon Airport. And they had the Jim Bong, and it had a pool area and a water slide, and me and John went down a water slide together. And then went to the flight, fell asleep, chillin', and then came back, landed back in LA, went through the border immigration thing, and this is where some fucked shit happens. Okay, so they had like maybe 5 or 6 people doing interviews for the immigration thing for about like 300 people. The line was going so fucking slow. It was insane. Anyway, so it's finally our turn, and the guy goes like, what are you doing here? And then John's like, I live here. And he's like, what about her? And I'm like, oh, I'm just here with him. And then he's like, how long are you staying for? And I say, about a month. And he's like, you didn't book a return ticket yet? I was like, no, not yet. And he's like, usually, like, I fly back and forth a lot. They're just like, okay, yeah, whatever, she's Canadian, let her go. So he's like, okay, you didn't book a return ticket. I said, no, I didn't. And he's like, okay, I need an exact date of when you're returning. And I'm like, okay, I don't know. I have to go back before November, so like maybe October 20th. And he's like, that's 2 months, not 1. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'll stay 2 months then. He's like, nope, come with me. And then he sends me to the fucking like back rooms where I sat my ass down for 3 hours because they had 2 people processing a room of 50 just for my name finally to be called 3 hours later. And they're like, so what do you do? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just here visiting. Also, I have a visa, but like it should be in my file. Like I have an O1B visa. And he's like, oh yeah, okay, cool. Here you go. You're done. Yeah. What the fuck did you send me there for, you stupid cop? Is it because it's literally because he didn't like the way I answered. Like that was literally it. He didn't like the way that he was like, he was literally power tripping. He was like, how long are you staying for? 1 month? I need an exact date. I don't know, October 20th? That's 2 months. And I said, okay, 2 months then. Come with me, get your fingerprints checked. And then a 3-hour wait just to ask me 2 questions is fucking crazy. Holy shit.